All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Tuesday, April 11th, and we've got the start of the NBA playoffs. We've got two NBA play-in games today to jump into. Before we do that, I will give like a little breakdown of what the play-in tournament is for those of you guys out there that don't know. It's something the NBA switched up a couple of years ago here, where it's not just the top 8 teams of each conference that make it into the playoffs. It's actually the top 10 teams have a chance of making it into the playoffs here. So first game would be the number 7 and number 8 seed. Those two teams play. The winner of that game gets the 7 seed in the playoffs. Then the 9 and 10 seed play, and the winner of that game plays the loser of that first game between the 7 and 8. So say the number 9 team wins that game, the number 8 team loses the 7-8 game, 8 and 9 will then play, and the winner of that game will ultimately become the number 8 seed, and then you have your 8 teams for the playoffs. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. I'm sure a lot of you guys do know what it is already, but I figured I would share that for people that might not know what it is, that are new to the NBA. But yeah, we got 2 games on the slate. We're going to jump into it. I do want to say before we even get to it, we do have brand new Fade Me merch. It's kind of like a rustic classic, the faded logo. It's kind of a faded sort of material and whatnot. I'll put that link in the description and the pinned comment. Definitely go pick one up. They're $20, guys. Probably one of my more, I guess, my favorite Fade Me shirts that we have released just in time for the playoffs as well. But yeah, let's jump into this. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. We're on our way to 25,000 subscribers, and we are grinding our asses off to get there, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all of the recent support. But let's go ahead and jump into this game here. We got the Heat taking on the Hawks. The Heat -4.5 at home here. Total sitting at 226 in this one. Last time these two teams played was early March, and the Heat won 130 to 128. They were favorites in that game by 2.5 points, so the Hawks did cover, but they did win that game 130 to 128. They also played early March again, and the Heat won 117 to 109. And then in January was the first time that this team, the only time, I guess I should say, that the Hawks beat the Heat this season, 121 to 106, as the Heat also won their earliest bout of the season. So this season series, the Heat have been in the driver's seat for the entirety of it. In terms of against the spread, in their last 10 here, the Heat 5-5 against spread, Atlanta 4-6, but the Heat playing better at home. Finally, they're 3-1 against the spread in their last 4 games. Here in Atlanta, while they kind of went on a run at one point, especially when the coaching change and everything like that, they kind of cooled off at the wrong time. 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games here. In terms of injuries, Clint Capella is probable, Bogdanovich is probable, and so is John Collins. No kidding, this is like a one and done type of vibe type game. Again, the loser of this game still has another chance to make it into the playoffs, so it doesn't have this ultimate pressure, but it is still worth noting that this is a playoff type environment game. For the Heat here, Strus is probable, and Kyle Lowry is questionable. I have to imagine that he's going to go out there and want to play here. I think that this is going to be an Atlanta game. I know that they're the underdog. I understand that. I'm sure a lot of people are on Miami because they truly are sort of that more playoffy team, for a lack of better term, but I do think that 5 points is a little bit too much to give this Atlanta team. So again, it's 4.5 on some books. We have it on 5 on most books, so that's within the graphics. So I'm going to lean towards Atlanta here, +5. Again, keep an eye on the pinned comment. That's where all my final plays will be. If you are new, if it's your first time seeing a video, we go through each and every game on the slate. Today it's just 2 games, but we go through each and every game, and then my final plays, what I actually may ultimately roll with, that will be in the pinned comment. So make sure to check that out. But again, I'm leaning Atlanta plus the 5 points here. In terms of the total, 226, I don't mind the over here. Yes, it seems slightly high, but this Miami team, their last 5 games have gone over here. In their last 7 games at home and playing at home have gone over. And then also same thing for Atlanta. So you have both teams, last 5 games for their teams have gone over. Now, the only counter to that would be, well, this is going to be a different environment. It's going to be a little different. I totally get that. And I respect that if that's your point. But I do think that this one could be an over spot. So again, Atlanta plus the points and then the over. Moving on, we got the Lakers taking on the Timberwolves here. The Lake Show, 8-point favorites at home. Total is sitting at 231.5. This line opened up at Lakers -5.5. I have a feeling people jumped all over that because it moved to 8 pretty darn quickly here. In terms of injuries, the Lakers are looking at LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Dennis Schroeder, and D'Angelo Russell all probable here. Obviously, I have to mention LeBron, Anthony Davis with their foot injuries. They're probably interlocking toes and saying, let's go win this playoff game, baby. But for Minnesota, we have Rudy Gobert. He is out, obviously, for throwing a punch, I think, at Kyle Anderson or something, which is such a blow for them. Karl-Anthony Towns is questionable in this one. In terms of the last few games here, Minnesota has won 3 games in a row and covered all 3 of those games, 2 of which I would say were fair competition. Brooklyn and New Orleans, they did play the Spurs and beat them by 20 points at one point. And then the Lakers, they've won 8 of their last 10 games here. They've covered 6 of their last 10. They're playing good basketball right at the right time. I hate to see the fact that Gobert is out because it does totally change my take on this game. I'm going to lean towards the Lakers here minus the 8 points. The Minnesota's missing their defensive anchor, which is it truly is unfortunate for something. I don't want to say punches are silly, but something as silly as that, suspending him. So I'm going to lean towards the Lakers here. I wish we got it at minus 5.5, like I said it opened at, but I'll still take 8 points, I guess. Maybe we can tease it with something else, but I'm going to lean towards the Lakers here. And then I'm also going to take a peek at the over. Without Rudy Gobert in this game, I do think that this is going to be a little bit more of an offensive type game. And you guys probably think I'm silly because we have 2 playoff environment type games here, and I'm saying that I'm taking overs in them, but I do think that these are 2 gettable lines. So again, leaning the Lakers minus the points and the total as well. And that is honestly all we have for you guys today. I will say we'll be throwing out some prize picks plays over on TikTok, so make sure to check that out. Also follow me on Instagram at FGuyBoston. Got a lot of content flowing as of late, and make sure you're checking out the MLB videos. We're red hot over there. Losing night last night. I'm not going to BS you guys, but still red hot in the MLB, having an absolute blast. Hopefully you guys do enjoy the videos. Let's cash tonight, guys. Keep an eye on that pinned comment for my final plays, and let's start the playoffs off right, baby. Let's go. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.